Is God really present and concerned during my times of hurt? Does He care when the burdens weigh heavily on my every thought and activity? Does He care when I can no longer resist some strong temptation? Does He care when I must say a final farewell to my dearest loved one on earth? These questions and doubts are common to nearly all of God's children at some time or other in life, just as they were to the author of this text, Mr. Frank E. Greff. Mr. Greff was a minister in the Methodist denomination and served some of its leading churches in the Philadelphia Conference. Throughout the district, he was known as the Sunshine Minister. Charles Austin Miles, author of the popular hymn In the Garden, paid this tribute to Frank Greff. He is a spiritual optimist, a great friend of children. His bright sun-shining disposition attracts him not only to children, but to all with whom he comes in contact. He has a holy magnetism and a childlike faith. In spite of his outwardly cheery disposition and winsome personality, Greff was often called upon to go through severe testing experiences in his life. It was while passing through such a test and experiencing severe despondency, doubt, and physical agony that Mr. Greff wrote this text. He turned to the scriptures for solace and strength. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7 became especially meaningful to him during this particular struggle. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. The phrase he careth for you spoke deeply to his need and eventually became the basis for this text. Frank Greff was born on December 19, 1860 in Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, and died on July 29, 1919 at Ocean Grove, New Jersey. At an early age, he felt called of God to the Christian ministry and was admitted to the Philadelphia Conference of the Methodist Church in 1890. Greff was always interested in the children in his churches and became well known for his storytelling ability with the youngsters. Altogether, Mr. Greff authored more than 200 hymns as well as a successful novel, The Minister's Twins. The composer of the music, J. Lincoln Hall, born on November 4, 1866 in Philadelphia, was a prominent person in the field of gospel music and sacred music throughout his life. Hall was a highly respected song leader, choral conductor, composer, and music publisher. He wrote music for many cantatas, oratorios, anthems, and hundreds of gospel songs. Hall composed this music especially for Greff's text. It was copyrighted in 1901. Mr. Hall once remarked that this musical setting was his most inspired piece of music. The first publication of the hymn seems to have been in 1905 in the hymnal New Songs of the Gospel No. 2, published by the Hall Mack Company. To experience times of questions and even doubts regarding the nearness of God, as Frank Greff did in the verses of this hymn, is only human and normal. It is only as a believer comes through such a struggle, however, with the firm conviction as Mr. Greff did in the chorus of this hymn, "Oh yes, He cares, I know He cares," that a child of God can be truly victorious. Let us hear Sister Janet as she sings, "Does Jesus Care?"
Does Jesus care when my heart is pain too deeply for mirth and song? as the burden press and the cares distress, and the way grows weary and long. Oh yes, He cares, I know He cares. His heart is touched with my grief. When the days are weary, the long nights dreary, I know my Savior cares. Does Jesus care when my way is dark with a nameless dread and fear? As the daylight fades into deep night shades, does He care enough to be near? Oh yes, He cares, I know He cares. His heart is touched with my grief. When the days are weary, the long nights dreary, I know my Savior cares. Does Jesus care when I've tried and failed to resist some temptation strong? When for my deep grief I find no relief, though my tears flow all the night long. Oh yes, He cares, I know He cares. His heart is touched with my grief. When the days are weary, the long nights dreary, I know my Savior cares. Does Jesus care when I've said goodbye to the dearest on earth to me, and my sad heartache still it nearly breaks? Is it aught to Him does He see? Oh yes, He cares, I know He cares. His heart